What's up, guys? It is Will here, back again for another episode of Lights Camera Collect every Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Layout 1/6 scale man, also called quarter scale man from time to time, just depends on the day. Eating, what was it, Twizzlers for dinner tonight? Bro, that's some fucking high-end shit right there. I'm very proud of you, man. It's funny, you know, I don't really like candy that much, Layout. I like candy sometimes, but I don't know, I've never been much of a candy guy. What about you?
It's not good for you.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's not. And the thing is, I don't eat it often. Like, if my candy of choice is always going to be Twizzlers, because I don't eat chocolate at all. I don't eat chocolate. I don't eat pastries, shit like that. So Twizzlers is always like, because it's, you know, low end, you know, kind of fat and stuff like that, gluten free. So I'll have that.
Oh, okay.
But I'll have like maybe so for me, it's like 1 or 2 a week. That's just for me. So that right there, this right now was my lunch and my breakfast, because I didn't really eat shit all day.
Damn, bro. You got some food in you, man. Well, after this show, you got Figure Flex Friday, don't you?
Yeah, right.
Damn, man, you're eating like all day at this point. I don't know how you do it, man.
I don't know.
As soon as I've done that, I was instead of Twizzlers, I have like I don't know if people can confirm or deny their own beliefs on this, but I have the Chips Ahoy ones. I really like the red package, the really soft ones.
Yeah.
The soft shits are delicious, bro. Like, I don't care what anyone says about texture, any of that shit. All you need is them red ones that are real soft. That's it, bro. Like, you don't need no other cookies. Those are it. I don't care what anybody says.
Them fuckers, bro. Like, cause there used to be like back in the day, there was like a cookie. I think it was called Soft Batch Chocolate Chip. I think that's what it was called. And they were like the original soft batch chocolate chip cookies. They came in like this container, like this wraparound container. You used to get them. It was incredible. Then Chips Ahoy went to soft batch, and then they just kind of took over because they already had a name. So you know what I mean. You can't mess with the king at that point. So yeah, like
and Leo, Riley gets it, bro. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The chewy red cookies every day. Blue's not gross, Riley. I'm not gonna say it's gross, but I'm gonna say that red chewy is the victor every single day, bro.
Yeah.
It's just every day. But guys, it's going to be a fun show tonight. Lael, it's been a while since I've had Lael on, dude. Happy to have him back. We got a lot of cool topics. It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, we got to talk about some releases, some other stuff, news, all the good stuff, you know. But before we do that, Lael, is there anything else going on, man? I know you haven't eaten today, but how you doing overall?
Bro, I'm doing okay. Yo, surprisingly enough. So here's the thing. I know Riley is sitting over there celebrating this shit because they got their clone troopers in.
Oh, I saw Riley's. Your ship, right?
They ship, but they won't be here until, because we're in the East Coast. So you know it takes us about a week to get stuff from Sideshow. So I'm not going to get them until like next Wednesday. You know what I mean? So I'll get it next Wednesday, and I think but still the Boba Fett arena suit is sitting on ready to ship. It hasn't shipped yet.
From Sideshow?
It says preparing to ship.
Oh, you got it from them also? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's, again, same situation. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I mean, we be shitting on different companies.
Bro, they pay higher taxes over there, though. So it's fine. It all evens out. You know, Riley's got to live in Cali. Everything's more expensive over there, dude.
Yeah, it is. They get theirs in a day, bro. Like, that's the only thing is like they get theirs in one day. Shout out to also Ray Kinnix. One of my good friends, Ray, because she finally got her Ahsoka today. Yeah, because I got the notification it was delivered, so she finally got it. So I know she.
Did you message her yet? Did you reach out to her?
Well, I reached out to her yesterday, so she was like, "Oh, it's coming." Yes, I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I got to do an unboxing." I said, "You already know. Let me know when you're ready." So.
Yeah, hey, that'd be awesome. It's been a while since we've seen her, I think, or when was the last time she was on? Like a couple months ago, I think.
It was months ago when she was promoting her short film.
Yeah,
so that was
awesome. Well, happy to have you here, Lael. It's going to be a blast, man. Let's address these comments real quick. Address this beautiful chat that we have here, and then we'll jump into the first topic. Tukathri, what's up, gentlemen? What's up, Tukathri? Pedro23, hello. What's up, everyone? Pedro. Riley, what's up? Channel member Riley, what's up, everyone? Another Iron Man, yay. We're going to talk about it, Riley. We're going to talk about it. Maniac Collects, Mr. Channel member Maniac Collects. Thanks so much, bro. Evening, everyone. Evening to you, Maniac Collects. Thank you so much. The Collector number 1, what's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing great. Thanks so much, Collector. Leighton Richards, what's up, everyone? What's up, Leighton? Mag's been waiting all day for this. Dude, Mags, very nice of you, man. That just made my day. Thank you.
There you go.
Gilbert Amazin, what's up, everyone? Ash Chase, what's cracking, everyone? What's up, Ash? How's it going, man? Sean Bean, I like to call him. S.Beam. Hello, all.
Super Beam.
Yeah, I know, right? Super Beam. Super Mega Beam. G17 Collectibles. Beam.
Yeah, we got it's like you echo his name, bro. You got
I
to.
know, bro. That shit's awesome. G17 Collectibles. Hello. How are we all? Good over here, G17. Collector Joey. What's up, Joey? Hey, guys. Hope all is well. Mo Collection. Hello there. AJ Agarusa. Hello, AJ. Channel member AJ. Thanks so much, AJ. Happy Friday, my friends. Hope all is well. Doc Smizzle said, hello, kids. Hello, Mr. Moderator, Doc Smizzle. Doc Smizzle, I got to watch your show. He had John from InArt on last night.
Oh, did he?
I saw it was live, but once we finished with Brother Cousins, I was dipping, bro. I was like into bed at that point. So
Word.
I got to watch Doc. I got to watch your show, bro. I'm sure it was great. Mike, hey everyone, what's up, Mike? I love those exclamation points, man. It's glued down on his keyboard, basically.
You know what's funny, bro? You did pull a Kiko last night. That shit was funny as hell.
I knew. I pulled Rob Meyer Burnett does that too, by the way. He does that where like it shows over and he's just piecing out, bro. Like,
bro, I'm out. I'm gonna start doing it myself, bro.
Well, because I told Jay, I was like, dude, I got to be out of there by like 10 o'clock. He was like, yeah, we'll be done by 9:45. It was like 10:45.
I knew we weren't gonna be done by 9:45.
And I was like, bro, I gotta be out,
bro.
Yeah, so, but it was a fun show, man.
It
FPJ, what's good, everyone? What's up, FPJ? Hold my balls. What's up? Yo.
Yeah, hold my balls.
Javier, Feezy Figures. What's up, Javier? What did you crew? Happy Friday. Tully, what's up, Tully? WillFoxification, sub bro. Hope you're well. Thanks, man. Hope you're well too, man. Riley with the facts with the Chewy. I agree. Ganesh Paramanthan?
What's up, Jet?
Paramathan? Yeah, Ganesh. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly, but I feel like it's Paramanathan.
Paramanathan. That's what it sounds like. That's the way. If you phonetically, if you read it, yeah.
Ganesh, let us know. I'm pretty confident about your first name, but not the last one. Mr. Detail Oriented. What's up, everyone? Riley, thanks so much, Riley. Adamantium, Wolverpool, help. Happy weekend, guys. Going to be another awesome stream. Thanks so much. Ant Collectibles. William, what's up, Ant Collectibles channel member? Thanks so much, man. Bob Dylan said soft batch should be the standard. Who wants to eat a Frisbee? Yeah. Soft batch. I'm with you, Bob Dylan. Man of taste over there. Yomo, what's up, guys? What's up, Yomo? Thalia Meyer. Hello, everyone. Leo, these names are tough tonight, man. I'm pretty sure Thalia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Thalia Meyer.
I'm just putting myself out there trying to get these names right. The soft batch ain't the same. They were so much better before. Maybe, Mike. Maybe. But I like them. Kevin Bohr said, hello from Denmark. Just ordered InArt Gandalf. Congratulations, bro. You get impressed. I ordered that too, Leo. We got to talk about that. Carlos convinced me, dude.
He did?
Yeah, I shouldn't trust him.
See, I'm thinking about, I'm sort of on the fence right now because I'm just waiting because I was like, you know what, should I order that InArt Batman? You know, just because like the sculpted version.
Yeah.
Because I don't want the rooted version. I don't want it. I want the sculpted version because I got to think about over time. Is it going to stick over time? Is it going to be the same way? I don't know.
Right.
So at least I know the sculpted version but I'm still like, and the thing is like I'm struggling who I want to order it through. I could do spec fiction, but sometimes their stuff is delayed, bro. Like I still haven't gotten my Wonder Woman, bro. Like still haven't gotten a notification for even shipping. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see.
I like spec. I also like 1/6 Kid. I've had good experiences with him. So you get it pretty fast. So
1/6 Kid.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, he's been good. So, but I've never had an issue where I've had to ship something back to him. That would kind of suck because he's in China, I think. So. Okay.
Does he have the InArts? Is he getting the InArts?
Yeah, he carries InArts. Yeah. Yeah, he carries InArt. Okay. Yeah. So I got what did I get from him? I got Pennywise from him actually, the InArt.
Okay.
And I bought like third party stuff. He sells a lot of third party stuff.
How's his NRD? Is it pretty good?
What'd you say?
How's his NRD? Like I mean, do you have to put down the
Yeah, the NRD.
Yeah, do you have to put down?
It's like I think it's like maybe 15% or something like that. It's something like that. But the shipping is included in the price, which is good. So you know exactly what you're paying.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's pretty cool, I think. But anyway, Funky Cold Santa, what's happening, people? What's up, Funky Cold Santa? Bruce Leon said, time for the Foxball/Rockwell party. Hope all is well for the boys this beautiful Friday. Thanks so much, Bruce. Look at that profile pic, man. Swag right there.
Yeah.
Feezy Figure says, it's time to get down with Foxy Feet and Benny with cheeks for weeks. Yeah,
Benny butt cheeks, you already know.
Absolutely. Tyria said, hi, fellow collectors. Hello, Tyria. How you doing? Let's see here. Feezy's Figures. We had OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. I always love that username. Hello, everyone. What's up? Dynamic Duo. Thanks, man. What's up, fellas? Hope all's well. Hope all's well with you. Comics. What's up? Ash Chase. MB Dyson. What's up, everyone? Lael, say hi to Jen for me. I'm sure you will. Ghostbusters Hello. Plus Collector. I know, right? Yeah. Hello, fellas. Joe Geista. What's up, everyone? These last names, man, are tough tonight. What's up, Foxy Will? What's up, Ash? Red Alert. What's up, guys? Looking forward to this every Friday. Thanks so much, Red Alert. Appreciate it, man. Very much appreciate it. Let's see. Angel, what's up? Yo, Beard God is in the house. Yo, what's up, Beard God? What's up,
Beard God?
Bro? Mr. Deer Oriented. What's up, Mario? Yep, indeed. We're almost there, I think. Oh, Chase Strickland in the house. Hi, is everyone? Pedro said layout changes my cool, but I still hope to release.
I didn't change my mind yet because I haven't placed it. I was thinking about
He's considering it.
I was only thinking about it because, specific for a reason, if they do decide, whoever decides to release it, but I haven't done it yet. So mine's not fully changed because, again, they got to basically release that. If they're not going to do it, again, right now, the only figure that I'm focusing on from them is Joker, and when they release Wonder Woman. That NR's Batman, unless they basically release Catwoman, I'm just not in the mood for doing it right now. I need to get that first. So
yeah, dude. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to see how this is gonna turn out. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see that Batman. I mean, Batman's not gonna be for me, but it is pretty exciting. So we got the Queen in the house, Leo. Hey, well, everyone, what's up, Toya Queen herself in the house?
Yeah, she's actually at school right now, or she's. I guess she's setting up her classroom for next week.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. That sounds fun. Yeah. Leah, we'll have to talk, man. Ever since we had that conversation. Well, I've been going to like Home Goods a lot lately. I don't know why.
Yeah, right.
Like it's funny. When I moved back to Maryland, I was like, I'm gonna like get all this decor for the house and decorate it. Never really wanted to do that before.
Got to redo. It's a redo. You don't want to you can't move back in the same space, bro. You got to change it up a little bit.
Redo, change everything. Oh, evolution, man. Evolution.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually change up everything in here. I'm changing everything. Probably I'm gonna start doing it this weekend. Yeah, it's time for a change, bro. I change some stuff up.
Yeah, that sounds exciting to me, man. Leo, you know what's also exciting? Another Iron Man, because we got an Iron Man Mark 7. They call it the open armor version, right? So this just popped up out of nowhere last night. It is USB light up. It is die cast. So when I originally saw it, I was like barely awake. And I saw it and I was like, why do they keep saying this is the Mark III? It's the Mark 7. And I was like barely awake and I was not reading it fully. And like, I was like, this is clearly the Mark 7 because Mark 7 is my favorite armor and I know what it looks like. But it is the Mark 7 indeed. It's Iron Man 3 die cast. Coming in at $365 on Sideshow. That ain't bad for a die-cast figure. And with this much light-up function and a USB light-up system, that is pretty cool. This is not going to be for me, Lael. But what do you think? Your overall thoughts on it, buy or pass? What do you think about this Iron Man open armor version? Because I know you get the Mark 5 suit up.
This is a hard pass.
Yeah, me too.
A hard pass because to me, it's senseless. Like literally, like you're releasing this, right? Why? Because now you're admittedly saying it's a cash grab. You know what I mean? That you're just doing it, pretty much there's a market for it over there. So they're doing it. And the reason why I'm passing on it again, bro, is it's a simple fact that we still haven't gotten some of the ones that we're waiting for. You know what I mean? We still haven't gotten some of the releases that we're waiting for. It's always this right here, these things. I'm tired. I'm over Iron Man, bro. I'm literally over Iron Man, bro. And it's only selected figures that I actually got. Once I got the Mark 5, I was like, all right, I'm cool. The only one that I'm expecting next is the Mark 1 War Machine. That's one. That's it. That's the only one that I want. I don't really care. So that's it. But I think this right now for me is it's too much, bro. Plus, it's just the suit up. It doesn't come with the figure. There's no figure in there. It's just basically this. Like for me, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who wants it and they're probably excited about it. But for me, it's a hard pass, especially when we're expecting so much. Like there's other figures out there that we're waiting on that are delayed. I mean, for right now, they should be trying to save face, considering what happened with that cable. We're going to talk about a little bit later. They should be trying to save face with that figure. You know what I mean? Try to do something, a bit more to get people, back in good graces to kind of get, but they don't care. They really don't care at this point. They're going to release what they want, and they know there's a market for it over there. But I mean, for me, it's a hard pass, not even a consideration.
Yeah, it's not a consideration for me either. I do respect like the ingenuity and the artistry of it. I do expect like sort of the innovation of it is a little bit different. It's a suit up, but it's still a little bit different than the other ones. And it's Iron Man after all, layout. So I mean, I get kind of why they're making it. I think you do too. There's a market for it, I think, especially from what people say, it sounds like in Asia, there's really a market for it. So, in the US, people are going to go for it. But I love the Mark 7. Like I said, it's my favorite suit, but this figure doesn't quite appeal to me. like I think the Mark V suit up is a lot better. Like
Yeah.
I think that's just it's not die cast, but I think it's a
Yeah.
much cooler looking figure.
If this would have had, I'm telling you, bro, like a couple people have been saying, like if it had a figure, it'd be something totally different. If
Yeah,
there was
like
a
Tony
figure with
in
this,
there or something.
yeah, like Tony in there, or have the figure, something like that would kind of be a bit, more believable. Even if he wasn't in it, if you have just the figure there, with it as a companion piece to it, as a collectible piece, it'd be decent. You know what I mean? But for this, it's just it's just really not for me. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like, this was like literally for me, like when I think, and in my opinion, it was a smack in the face to put this out of everything else you could have actually done to release or reveal this. I'm like, nah, I'm good. It's a super hard pass for me.
Yeah, man. I get where you're coming from, Leo, on this one, man. It's a really nice figure overall, and I do get what people are saying. It's a statue, it's a diorama piece, not a figure. Yeah, I'm using the term figure lightly. It's definitely not really meant to be a posable piece. It looks like from what I can see. So
Yeah,
I think it looks pretty cool on the outside, but I think 360 is good for an Iron Man figure, I guess. But I guess the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know that it really has that much range.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that much range for what you can do with it. It's kind of very simplistic, right?
It's
and the
just
suit
there.
of Mark V, like I said, it's just a way cooler looking figure.
Yeah,
presence,
and plus it's him in the suit, just as a suit up version. So that's what looks good. You know what I mean? Like, it aesthetically, it looks like a transformation from one to the other. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it bodes well, especially next to the Mark V as a companion. Just especially if you just want to see that transition, it looks really, really good to do that. But yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I guess they said articulated armor pieces for display. So I guess you could just put him kind of in a normal Hall of Armor type display. I don't know, but I don't feel like there's enough there really to grab most people with this one, at least in the States, right?
Would have been decent. And all right, if they would have did some ingenuity like this, then I would have purchased it. If they would have actually had it to whereas somehow it was mechanical and it can open up on its own, then something like that would be incredible. Like if that's innovation, basically like if you just press a button and it opens up,
that would be cool when it would open.
Yeah, that would be incredible. But for me to have to do it myself and then look at it this way, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I get what you mean, man. Yeah, for me, I'm with you, Leo. It's going to be a pass for me as well. But it's still pretty cool. But it's not going to be for everyone. Clearly, I will say we have a super chat, Joe. He said it was like his last name is like Fiesta with a G. So Joe Giesta.
Yeah.
Giesta. Pre-ordered the InArt sculpted Batman. Def pump for it. Also for my last name, it's like Fiesta, but drop the F and say with a G. So Giesta. Yeah, there we go. Happy Friday. Thanks so much, Joe. Appreciate it, man. Leo, are you going to get the InArt sculpted Batman? Because Joe did.
Again, I haven't decided yet, man, because I'm still trying to hold strong and hold out for that Catwoman. You know what I mean? That Selena Kyle. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, I pre-ordered the other Selena Kyle from the Nolan verse because I wanted that version. I missed out on the first time, and hopefully there's some improvements. But again, I really want Selena Kyle. I want this particular version of Selena Kyle for the Batman. They do that, then I'm all in. But again, we know that right now it's not really on the cards at the moment.
Yeah. Guess you're right, man. So I guess we'll find out. But Joe, thanks so much for the super chat, man. And Leia, we have to move to our next topic, cable. And the one angle I want to take from this, because I mean, it's I also want to kind of discuss like maybe what we learned from it, but just what we can take into, maybe we already knew some of these things, but what we can take into our next releases, right? The main question I have though, Lael, is like, is every figure worth buying for the right price? Because I think what Toys Wonderland and other companies have done, but mostly them, is really lower the prices and make figures desirable that wouldn't have been at retail. Like Taskmaster, for example. Boba Fett was pretty popular, but Boba Fett, like people were like, I don't know. I didn't love the show, right? I might cancel it. But when that Boba Fett was $120, everyone's like, oh shit, I want a Boba Fett, right? Or Taskmaster, everyone was kind of like, I don't really care about Taskmaster for $250. But when Taskmaster is $127, that's a different conversation. So it's kind of like a question, Leo, and I know we got a little bit of pushback from some about maybe like, and I'm not getting this cable either way, but I've heard kind of the sentiment expressed like, oh, you don't like it, but you're still getting it, right? The complaint. So it's a matter of like, I think wondering like taking the evaluation of price versus quality, right? So, Leia, what do you think? Is every figure worth buying for the right price? Because I know you say you don't love this cable, but you're still getting it. Do you think like, are you waiting for a discount on it, or how are you approaching it?
Well, see, the thing is, I'm still going to get it. I'm definitely going to wait for a discount on it. Because I want it, just as a companion piece to both Deadpool and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Along with the Juggernaut that I have. I think here's the thing, bro. Like I said, the way I view this particular piece is the simple fact that when we were going to buy it at the price that we saw, it was because we felt at that time, again, I stressed this last night, we were hype about the simple fact that this figure was even getting released. Those who missed out on the Toys Era version had a chance to get something like this. You know what I mean? Because that Toys Era version sold out quick. So when we knew this was dropping, we were like, okay, I'm all in, regardless. We saw the pictures, even though, like I said, I agree with Lou. And when I went back and looked at it, it's like, yo, the pictures told you exactly what they were going to send you because it was this thin. Like it really was. When I looked at the pictures, it looked the same. The head sculpt was different. Head wasn't as big, but it was basically the same thing. And I'm telling you, every time I look at this thing, I think about Justin Bieber. But I'm saying like literally, bro, that face looks like Justin Bieber, just mechanical. But no,
I want to pull up that proto layout because I want to see what you're talking about. Yeah.
If you look at it, like if you put them up together, bro, if you put the promo
looks
up,
so good though.
it looks good. But when you look at it, like you look at the head sculpt, okay, it's there. But the only difference is, and we can see in this, is that the head wasn't this, bro. See, it looks like this head is bigger. It really, really does.
Something looked better here.
The head sculpt looks a bit better here. And I guess because we didn't really see a lot either, but see here you go. It's the same size. Like it's thin. Like it's really a thin looking figure.
It's a thin figure, but I feel like it's thinner now. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased.
It might it could be, but I mean, this was more in the lines. And here's the thing is like, even when we look at this, we should have known that, okay, there were going to be certain modifications that could change everything.
Yeah.
And, but I wasn't thinking about it at that time. So I was willing to pay the price for it. But then when you get it, it was like, or when you look at it, it's like, whoa, yeah, nah, it's not worth all that. It's like really wouldn't have been worth the price. But if they lower the price, then you can kind of say, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I can get it as a companion piece. I can have it. And I can actually understand now having it at that price. At least I didn't pay an over a bulk amount or too much for it, and not really like the figure at all. You know what I mean? Where it's a loss for me. You know what I mean? If I'm paying for a cheaper price, maybe 150, or, if it drops down, like for me, if it drops down to like maybe say 220 or it drops down to like 150, and I use points, I'm good. You know what I mean? So I got like $130 worth of points that I can actually use to put towards it and get it, and I'm good. That justifies the means because I don't really have to worry about overly, I'm only spending like at that point with shipping maybe $50 or $45 depending. You know what I mean? So I think at the end of the day, bro, it just depends. And this is not here's the thing. I say this because I know people paid full price for it. There's a lot of people who have paid full price for it and actually love the figure. And I'm all in for that. And I'm excited for you. It's just that for what I'm going for right now and what I expected out of this figure, again, I expected more. So that's why I'm waiting. Because if I buy it at a cheaper price, then for me, it's justifiable because I'm like, all right, cool. I know I didn't spend too much for it. You know what I mean? I'm still getting the figure. I don't have to worry about it being too costly and then feeling bad that I spent that much money for something that really I'm kind of like, I don't really like. Because I've done that before. I've done that on certain figures that I spent a whole bunch of money on and didn't like it, bro, in the end. So yeah, that's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, again, at least if I'm bargain hunting and I get this at a really decent deal, that Taskmaster, bro, to be quite honest, now that I got it in hand, I think it would have been worth spending the money for it because again, with all the accessories that it comes with, the articulation is there. It's so toyetic. You can do so many different things with that figure. I love it. So it would have been worth for me to basically spend the money then. Who knows how I'll feel once I get this figure in hand? You know what I mean? Yeah. If I get it in hand, I might feel different, but I don't think that for what we're getting right now, that it's worth spending that much money, man. I really don't.
Yeah, because that's my thing. I'm going to pull up Taskmaster real quick. Because, I mean, that's another good example, right? This was easily a figure that I think a lot of us knew after seeing the film. I really liked the portrayal of Taskmaster, but I had no connection to the comics, right? Like I didn't like that they had a man do all the stunts, and you could tell and then have a female character revealed at the end, because it didn't make sense to me. But I like the story of it being like, Dracov's daughter or whatever, and the tragedy that happened, and Black Widow facing her past and stuff like that. That was pretty compelling, but I think they should have been consistent.
And you know what? Here's the thing, bro. I don't even think Hot Toys knew it was a woman.
No.
To be quite honest, they probably gave them actually the prototype or showed them the images and photos of this figure, said, okay, yeah, this is what we want you to create. Right. But in the end, because when you get the figure in, it's the height difference, the body make, the shape, the muscle, tone of the actual figure. You can clearly say you can see it was built off of the frame of a male figure. You know what I mean? So I don't think that they knew when they released it. And it looks way like, literally, when you have it in hand, bro, this is the one thing I can actually say about this figure. Everything that you saw from the prototype is what you get in hand. Okay. So this is the one time when you look at it, it's like, yo, that looks just like the prototype, because it does. And they could do that. And actually it feels better. So again, I can justify, even though I got it at a discounted rate, but I can justify people getting this at full price because it's a decent figure. When we look at Cable, bro, it's just like, say, bro, I love this figure so much.
Yeah,
I do. The thing is, of what you can pull off with this figure, bro, and just like that, it versus everyone. He's a companion piece with every figure you have in your collection at this point, because that's who he is. You know what I mean? He's the Taskmaster. He mimics everybody's moves. Yeah. So you can actually go up against anybody. And I love that aspect about it and about having his figure. I can't say the same thing about Cable, because again, unless and here's the thing, I said this yesterday. I was like, you know what? I don't know if we're going to get another version. Like, I don't know if they're actually going to, even if we get like, Deadpool 3. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get another version of Cable, or even if they're going to actually bring him back. I don't know. They probably will, but I don't know if they're going to give us another version. This might be the only version that we're sitting with right now. Unless for some reason they do it the right way, they make it fit. Or cohesively they put him in with the X-Men's with the X-Men's trilogy like they should, then it would make sense. But right now, because again, even watching this film, there was no mention of mutation when it came to him at all.
No,
none. We just knew that he was a man from the future and he looked like a Terminator. You know what I mean? But he's a mutant. In the books, he's a mutant. He's actually the child of Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor. So basically, like, so what I'm saying, like, he's a mutant. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know. Or you know what? I might be wrong. I think it might be it's the future version. No, it's Madeline Pryor. It's definitely Madeline Pryor. Yeah. So again, I mean, I don't know. It's.
I think they could easily find a way, though, because like with Thanos, like it was just his. I mean, he did the mocap and the voice and everything, but most audience members are not going to care about that. They're not going to care about any inconsistencies, right? Like having him play another character. I think Cable. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Cable will be part of the plans moving forward, whether it's X-Men or Deadpool. He'll be in Deadpool 3. In some way, right? So he's definitely going to be around. Whether they make him again, hard to say, right? But he'll probably have a slightly different outfit or something.
Yeah. If they do, hopefully they're going back and looking at all the comments, looking at all the shows, and see where people. We're not trying to basically tell you that you're a bag of shit, Hot Toys. We're just telling you how you can improve things. So this needs to be improved. He needs to be bulked up a tad bit more. At least visually, it has to look pleasing for someone to actually say that they want this figure. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
I'm with you. Superior Displays dropped an interesting super chat layout. Thanks so much, Superior Displays. Real question, may sound nuts, but with third party getting better every day and InArt dropping bombs, is Cablegate the first signs at the beginning of the end of Hot Toys? No, I don't think so. Hot Toys is still releasing a lot of good shit. So, I think, and especially I know Leia, like we both I love some of my third party figures, like the Game Toys Final Fantasy figures. Fantastic. Love them. Yeah. But I like if Hot Toys made them, they'd be better. I mean, it's, so I'm not ready to say that yet. InArt is dropping some heat as far as protos go. So as far as protos go, they're dropping some bangers. But whether they come out that great in final product, whether the hair is a mess when you get it, we don't know, right? So,
and that's the thing is like if we understand, bro, like any company, just like Hot Toys, when they started out, we thought they were the best thing dropping. Yep. They made certain subtle mistakes. We called them out on it. It'd be the same for InArts.
Yep.
InArts is going to be, they're going to have decent, figures, but there's going to be some minor, like even when that Joker drops, like Mafia said yesterday, it's going to be some people complaining about it. We already know that.
Yeah, they got a lot of pressure for that figure. That's a lot of pressure.
Yep.
To get, I mean, that's the biggest character on their docket, and it's the first one.
The
So
very first one. So that's, bro, like, it's sweating bullets once you release that thing, bro. And then on top of that, bro, you know what I'm more excited about? The packaging. We haven't even seen that
yet.
yet.
Supposedly it's like premium packaging. I don't know.
We'll for real?
I mean, then layout, dude, we got to figure out how we're going to fit like the jail bars in our display. I mean, because it's like going to be massive, right? It's going to be, the bench is easy. That's not too bad, but it's kind of heavy. If you put it on a DTOF shelf, I don't know how much it'll weigh, but might not be good.
If you put it in a DTOF, it would definitely have to sit at the bottom. And at the same time, you might have to remove, well, depending on how high the cell is, you might have to basically remove the top shelf, depending on how high it is. Because I still don't know the height of the piece until I get it in hand. You know, I know it'll definitely fit in anybody who actually has a monster case. It'll definitely fit in there. But at the same time, for DTOF, I think it'd definitely fit in the DTOF, bro, because again, it's not the figure standing up, it's him sitting. The gel bars might be a tad bit lower. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
I mean, Leo, I think I told you I ordered some Module cases. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I got a bunch of 6 165s. I got 4 of them. Okay. So I'm really excited about that. And they'll come in like next year at this time. So,
see, that's the only thing that I hate, bro. And that was the biggest thing for me was the wait.
August of next year, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a long ass time. But I paid half of it up front. And I paid the other half. I'll pay the other half later. I paid myself. I put it in a savings account. So
yeah. That's dope.
But I'm excited about it because I need something to display my figures in. Because right now they're all standing on the floor under the table. So I got to figure something out. So Leo, what about this, man? I want to ask you this question: what do you do when a superior version of a figure is released? Because there are 2 that came to mind as of recent, right? Black Panther, of course. The original suit or the Civil War suit, right? That was one you can see. They even showed it here. The superior version of the figure. And they also had, and I'll show this one too in a bit, the Iron Man Mark III 2.0, right? We also had the Mark I diecast, right? Things like that where you get a superior version of the figure. Leo, I think most people, what they tend to do is sell the previous one, but you got to time it right. Because if you don't, you're going to lose a lot of money and you're going to get laughed at, which happened to me. Because when InArt dropped their Pennywise, I was like, God damn it, that shit is better. And then I had to go sell it on the Facebook groups and take a big L on both of them, right?
Yeah.
I could, if I had sold it a little bit sooner, before InArt announced theirs, I would have been fine. I didn't know when they were going to drop it. But, if I had, then I would have sold it a little bit sooner, right?
Yeah.
But that's something that we have to factor in. But Leo, what do you do, man, when they release like a 2.0? Do you sell your previous one? Do you keep them? What do you do?
Well, it depends on my attachment, but at the same time, bro, like, there's no use. All right, for this, I don't have the original version of this suit. I have, pretty much the standalone film version. I always wanted this particular version. The only thing that I have that's similar to it is the T'Chaka version. You know what I mean? So this is going to be new for me. You know what I mean? So it's going to be superior, from my standpoint, because it's mainly my first, actual, version of this suit. But again, for if it is a superior version to the other one that was released, it makes sense to sort of, I would say it would probably make sense to sell it. If you can sell it for, because here's the thing is like the problem with that is, bro, like, especially if people already know this is coming, like they're probably like, yeah, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. It's tough, bro.
Because the Civil War one took a big hit. I mean, that thing was selling for like $400+. Now it's like below retail.
Yeah.
So because you got to time it right.
Exactly. You got to time that shit right. So I don't know, bro. It's tough. Like it's really, especially if you're selling that piece used. They're like, man, no, I can get the upgraded version unless you're selling it for like $50 or $100. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to probably. It depends. It depends on if a person basically wants it, if they want the original version, because the original version is pretty much the vintage version. It was the first, of its scale, of its kind. So I don't know. It just depends, because we're living in a space where we can't call grails anymore, bro. They're not. Right. There's no such thing as a grail in the sense. A grail is your own personal choice. It's something that you have within your collection that you might consider a grail. But to the masses, especially since we're getting these re-releases, I don't know. You know what I mean? So, but I think that, between this being the dominant figure, being basically the upgraded and superior version, most people are going to sell, and I think it's valid. I mean, if especially for spacing, why have two if you can eliminate and make more space by getting the more superior version of it and sell off the other one? You know what I mean?
Somebody
So
will enjoy it. Somebody will enjoy it.
somebody will.
You're gonna take a loss, but
and if somebody wants it right now, there might be
exactly.
somebody who wants it right now, like that Pennywise. Somebody probably wanted it right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And
so,
dude, I sold it for like 190. They'll pay 190 versus in art, you pay like 500. So I mean, it's man, it's a thing. So it's one of those things that, like, for example, Lael, and this has been killing me, obviously, I don't have an Avengers Loki right now because I sold the original one, because when the new one was announced, I was like, well, I don't need both, right? I don't need the new one and the old one, and the new one's going to be a lot better, hopefully. So, and I love that. That was like my favorite figure, dude, probably my favorite figure, but I sold it because I know that I don't need both. Like, they're basically the same figure, one's newer and better. So I tend to sell, but I don't know if I always do it. Like, sometimes I try to get ahead of it. For example, like one of the things I just did, Lael, and part of the reason was space and money, but I just sold my DX19, the Batman, because InArt is making one. So I knew that before that gets announced, if I sell it now, I can get decently close to retail, right? I sold it for 250, so I lost a little bit, right? I lost some, but if I sell it later, once InArt's announced, I'm going to lose a lot more. So basically then Carlos kind of gave me this idea, but that's kind of what I was thinking, because I have that Joker from them on order, right? And I am kind of pushing my chips a little bit into InArt. Like, I'm really like banking on them doing a good job. If they don't, and when I look dumb, I lost some NRD. It's not the end of the world. And the thing is with this, someone asked, Ash, you sold your Pennywise. I remember you talking about that for a year. And someone asked too about, MB Dyson, why not keep one of each? Because the Hot Toys base was awesome. Yes, it is awesome. But it was one of those situations where I was like, you know what? I don't feel like I need a Hot Toys and an InArt, right? And I decided at the end of the day, Leo, I was like, I'll just go and get the better thing, because if I decide that InArt sucks later, I can go back and buy that Pennywise again, probably for what I paid, for what I sold it for. So unless it sells out and InArt sucks and the price goes up, which I doubt, then that Pennywise is going to be available again for me to buy if I want it. So it's not like I'm selling Yondu, it's not like I'm selling Hela where like I can't get her back. Like, it's, I am about to sell Han Solo and Chewbacca though, because just not that I really love to, but I just feel like now's the time to, if somebody wants them, to cash in on that. So
I think, and that's the thing, bro. Like I said, the defining factor for me is once I get that figure in hand, once I get the Joker in hand, that's going to tell me, because the thing is, it's like you have to really go through that entire figure, dissect everything, look at it, from paint application, the head sculpt itself. Not really concerned about articulation with that figure, because I don't want him to do a lot. You know what I mean? There's not too much that I need him to do. There's not too much, fighting that I need this character. Come on, man, I'm not going to do that. It's so pristine. I don't want to mess it up.
Right.
But I mean, at the same time, I know what I'm getting it for. But the thing is, it's the quality of the detail in the tailoring, the accessories that it actually comes with. Again, they have those magnetic arms itself. You know what I mean? The sculpted arms. I want to see how that's going to work, how well the base is going to basically work. There's certain things that we definitely have to see. And then on top of that, because of the simple fact that we don't really know the material of the sculpt or the figure, how it feels in hand. So that, to me, is to kind of get that in hand, and really it's going to have me decide where I want to go. But even with InArts, I'm going to treat them exactly like I do Hot Toys. Certain figures I'll get, certain figures I don't need, I don't really want. You know what I mean? That Wonder Woman, once they release that, he already knows I want that, and I'll definitely get
that's
that.
a dopo, dude, for you.
That's day one already. You know what I mean? So I'll definitely get that one. But I just think that, it depends. To get the superior option, it's there, especially if there's an upgrade on it, then definitely you want to have the better figure, because we know that's going to happen. The only problem with that is you have some consumers that are kind of bit hurt for the simple fact that they thought they had something that was a bit more unique. It was a one-off, like, you having that figure now, and it's like, now to re-release it, what's so special about the one and a half? What's even special about collecting anymore? People are thinking about, because like I said, when you had these figures and they sold out, you can say that I had something for that particular moment, and you'll never see it again. But I know I had something that was, special, and and in my from my point of view, is a grail for me. You know what I mean? Now, if everybody can get their hands on it, but I don't fall in that line because I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Because if I'm able to get my hands on something that I haven't seen or wasn't able to get back in the day, and I can get it now, then I'm happy about it. And I want everybody else to have the same enjoyment, because you're not going to display it the way I will. You know what I mean? I might display it a totally different way. So it's going to be special for me. So again, it just depends on the person's and anybody's personal preference at the end of the day. But I think that, you know, even with this Iron Man, I'm not going to get it, but I know who basically has this Mark III. If they have it and they want a better version, this is going to be the figure for them. I mean, I was actually watching it today. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, this looks, if you look at it and if you look at the paint application on this one looks closer to it than the original version. You know what I mean? So it looks good, but I don't need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I need this Mark III, man. We're going to see, Leo.
Are we going to get it?
Yeah, I think so. Because I love the Mark III, man. I feel like I have the Mark V, and I never sold it to Carlos despite him asking me every day. I love that figure. It's great. And I have the Mark VII and the Battle Damage 85. So I'll probably get the Mark III and call it a day. I'll have 4 Iron Man. That's plenty. I'll be good, right? But that Mark III, man, that's the first Iron Man suit to me. That's the real first Iron Man suit. Yeah. With the color scheme and, you know, the overall look. So, yeah,
it looks damn good. It's just that for me, like, I'm really selective about my suits, and I'm like, there's certain ones, you know, my number one was the Mark V, because I always wanted that suit. I've always loved that suit. You know what I mean? But again, the 3, it's just not, you know, something that I'm not really going to fall on the lines of getting. It's not that I need it for right now, but it's something for somebody. It's something out there for everybody. So
yeah, I agree, man. Leo, I got a fun question for you.
What's up?
The most surprising figure you ever purchased. This can be bad or it can be good, whichever way you want to take it. So say you got a figure and you weren't expecting a lot, but you got it in and you love it. Taskmaster, for example.
So glad that's the one I'm
maybe even Miles Morales. Like, you were expecting great things from Miles Morales, but you got even higher than what you were hoping, right?
How would you answer this? Miles, I expected it to be good and even exceed my expectations, which it did. Taskmaster, I didn't. Because looking at it and not without having it in hand, I was like, yo, how is this thing going to articulate? How is it going to move well? I mean, having that posed up against Black Widow, because you know that basically she is, you know, that's Black Widow. You want to be, you know, want to have something where it's like a versus mode, you know, good companion piece. Are the accessories good? You know, does it look right? Does it make sense to have the figure? Once I got that in hand, I was like, hell yes, it makes sense. Bro, the articulation is phenomenal with this piece. You can pose him in so many different poses. You do get on waist pivot. It turns. The arms aren't, you know, they're not hard to pose. You can get the articulation out of that. The shoulder, like the shoulder pauldrons itself, you can actually take those off and put them back on, like, you know, position them a certain way. Take off the hood, it looks good. The accessories that come with this figure, like the bow and arrow, the shield, magnetic, that you can actually just put. So you don't have to worry about futzing it and getting it to stick. No, it's magnetically connected to the arm. So that's incredible. Bro, I'm having so much fun with it. That's why it's taking me so long to put the video out, because I'm like, I can come up with so many different things to do with this figure. You know what I mean? So, and that was a surprise for me. Like, literally, it's a phenomenal figure to have. I know a lot of people didn't like the film, but if you want to separate the character from the film and just have it as an MCU, because you're going to see it again. You're going to see him possibly, her. You're going to possibly see her again in the MCU down the line, because it'll be a waste if you waste this character, because it was so good. Say what you want about the film, this character in the film was dope as hell.
Yeah, I thought she was great.
Dope,
or he or she.
Exactly.
Great.
It was such like the way it moved, how quickly it moved. Like, you can tell muscle memory, stuff like that, reflexes. It reads, you know, with him, with Masterson, the original version of him. That's what it was, muscle memory. He can actually muscle reflexes. He can actually see what you do before you do it. You know what I mean? Because he can read your movement, your mannerisms and stuff like that. And that's what made the character important. Same thing in the movie, that we actually did get that. And only this way is only the version we got from the film is that the character studied, you know, just studied the character, had like run back video. He didn't need to really study you too much. He sees you fight one time, he knows you. So that's just the way it is. And it's somewhat, they did the same thing similar to that, but she was more influenced and enhanced. But in the hand, this figure, basically, once you get it, bro, it's incredible. And it's a beautiful piece to actually have in your collection, especially for people that might be getting, the Black Widow, or actually purchasing from the Black Widow line and from the film itself.
Yeah.
It makes, you know, if you're getting Yelena, if you're getting, you know, the Black Widow, both versions, this it definitely looks good. But after having it and having it up against the Black Widow from Endgame, I don't necessarily think I need to get the Black Widow, bro, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I don't think so either, man. And I think, there's a lot of good Black Widows out there. I feel like,
Yeah.
you can also wait on that one. But Leo, I've kind of always wanted this Taskmaster, but I haven't really got it for space reasons because you can get it pretty cheap, right?
Yes,
but
you can.
I really like Taskmaster in the film. I thought, they were pretty cool, right? So I'm definitely looking at this figure now. You've talked to me a little bit into it, and I think Optical has it too, and he was telling me about it. He really liked it. So,
bro, it's good.
I think it's pretty cool.
Especially now. Are you getting Shang-Chi?
Oh, dude. Yeah, Shang-Chi and Wen-Wu. I'm getting that shit.
So if you're getting it, this is what I'm saying. This is a good piece to have with them, bro, because again, you can put this character. It doesn't have to be just subjected to and just set in that space where it's just strictly for Black Widow. Yeah, I mean, you have to put this figure in the box. You can actually have it comparing it with anybody, and it would make perfectly good sense. It's a good figure, bro. Like I'm literally no lie, and I'm not just saying it because I would tell everybody to get it. Because if you don't want it, you don't have to. For me, it's a good choice, and the simple fact is you can get it cheap right now.
Dude, they can also very easily. It's funny you mentioned Shang-Chi because I feel like they could very easily do with Taskmaster what they did with Wen-Wu Mandarin, right?
Yeah.
They could easily do that. And they could be like, oh, that's like a person who was studying like Taskmaster, but they weren't really, what is his name? Like Chad Masters or something like that?
What? Masters. Yeah, Masterson.
Yeah, Masters. Yeah. So like maybe they could bring in that character and be like, oh, this is the real Taskmaster.
Yeah, they
right?
could basically
like they could sort of retcon it in a way. Like they could easily do that if they wanted.
Like they can basically take the suit from her and give it to that individual, or he can steal it from her.
Right.
You never know. So there's so many ways to kind of retcon a sense the character and for it to make sense. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but it's bro, this figure is phenomenal. Like I'm having so much fun with it, and it really articulates really well. But even if like because I know you don't like to really pose, you don't have to. Or you can use the accessories, pose him in a nice little character pose, and you got a great looking figure. Like literally you do. Hood on, hood off. It looks incredible.
Yeah. I'm with you. And I had a good question. Tully asked, did you not enjoy the DX19? Mine comes in tomorrow. Did I make a mistake? No, it's a great figure. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's DX19 is great. I'm just kind of banking on InArt, Tully, and I'm doing that because I'm like, I'll see if I like the InArt. If not, then I'll go back and buy the DX19 again for what I sold it for. So, I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm getting the InArt Joker, so I was like, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
The
Hot I got my DX19 sitting right over there. And take it out the box, bro.
Yeah, it's a great figure.
It's right there, and the tumbler's right here. But see, the thing is, my favorite suit is the Batman Begins, and that's one I want them to release. I'm like, come on, man.
See, I was trying to think, Leo, about the most surprising figure I've purchased.
What is it?
I don't know, man. I'm looking at the figures I have right now. Like, maybe one of them, I always thought it would be good, but IG-11. That figure I love. When I got it out of the box, I was like, dude, that figure is fantastic. It's really well done. And I expected to like it, but maybe not that much. Like I expected to, and Mysterio. Yeah. When I got Mysterio out of the box, I was like, shit, Mysterio is awesome.
Yeah,
Mysterio. And Venom, too. I actually thought Venom. Remember, I said a while back, I was like, Venom kind of looks like Hasbro-ish with the joints.
Once you got it in hand.
Then when I got it in, I was like, Venom's pretty fucking sick. It is, bro. Venom's pretty, and I haven't sold him. So
it's a decent looking figure. And of course, Mysterio, bro. Like this aesthetically, that figure looks great. I know there was like people complaining, like, yo, man, the articulation. I don't need it to do too much. I really don't. Like I just have him flying around anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that figure is surprisingly great. Like even to be quite honest, well, some of my third party figures are surprisingly incredible. Like like it's they called him the Dark Spider, but it's the Spider-Man Noir. That piece is phenomenal, bro. It looks
I've
good.
Seen that. Yeah, it's pretty badass.
She
Toya
said,
in the chat, by the way, agreeing with us, Leo.
She said it's a pretty figure. Yeah, Mysterio's incredible.
And Riley did bring up a good point, Leo. I differed from you on this one. I got the Moff Gideon. I didn't like it very much. Like I didn't really think it looked like Giancarlo. Like I thought it was like kind of there, but I was kind of disappointed with it. So I ended up returning it actually to Sideshow.
Oh, word.
So it's the only figure I've ever returned, I think. So, because I love Moff Gideon. I love Giancarlo. I fucking love him.
Yeah.
But it's he's such a great actor, but for me, it didn't quite. It didn't quite capture, in my opinion. I was kind of disappointed with it.
It looks good. I mean,
Yeah.
From what I have, like I said, the way I have him there, it looks really good. I mean, I
Yeah.
was just excited about the figure and just like having it in hand. I'm thinking about, like I said, I mean, once you get Vader, you get like the rest of the like if I get Vader and then of course, having the other Inquisitors, it would look good as a piece to have them all in one. You know what I mean? It would
Hmm.
look kind of good. But yeah, I mean, again, for what's going to be for me might not be for you, you for me. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But you find like certain figures, like certain things that really surprise the hell out of you. Like, yo, this figure, like for instance, when I got Alita, bro, I didn't realize how incredible that figure was going to be. I knew I wanted it, but once I got it in hand, I was like,
I've never heard anyone say anything
yo,
bad about it. Yeah,
bro,
I
it
love
is
her
a
too in the black suit, the black leather suit. I
yes,
really like that look.
yes. It is a phenomenal figure, bro, and it stands out in your collection if you see it because of the way she's really toyetic. She poses well, and that's the one thing you can say when you want to get a mechanical body right. She's that benchmark because it
Yeah.
looks well and it's very articulated, and she's a great looking figure. So that one really did surprise me. To be quite honest, so there's a few figures that you get in the hand that really surprise you once you have them in hand. You're like, yo, that thing looks really good. But then it's
Yeah.
like the figures, that's the thing, Will. It's fucked up because the figures that we think, oh, when we get, it's going to be phenomenal when we get in hand. Just like Moff Gideon, you thought it was going to be phenomenal
Yep.
once
I
you
thought it was
got it
gonna
in
be good.
hand, and then it just, it's like, nah. Cable, we thought it was going to be phenomenal when they released it, and it's like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
So
usually tends to be the opposite, I feel like, where you
yeah.
get it and you're like, oh, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But sometimes that does happen. That's Moff Gideon is one of the only times that's happened to me where I was kind
So
of like, mm,
all right. So quick question: do you
yeah.
think now that we know this happens, should we now temper our expectations on figures?
I don't think so, man. I think we're paying enough that we should expect a lot. I mean, I think especially too with competition. I mean, with the
Mhm.
competition we're getting now, like I know someone had mentioned third party, and
Yeah.
and they do pretty good work. It depends on the company, but
Yeah.
like in art's doing really good with their protos. So and with J&D coming in, we're gonna have even more competition. So yeah, and 3-0, man. They make some good shit from time to time. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like they're Transformers, but they just released a Rick Grimes from Walking Dead. It looks really good. Like
Yeah.
it's from season one. It looks, and Optical's
It,
getting it. And I'm thinking about picking it up, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. But
yeah.
3-0 like the Jamie Lannister I have from them is fantastic.
Yeah.
So
And see, and that's the way I
yeah.
basically feel about, for instance, the toys era. Like somebody mentioned that even in the chat, like
Yeah.
well, somebody said the Green Menace, they like that, but the toys
Oh yeah.
era, Green Goblin, and also the Doc Ock, the Ox,
Yeah.
bro, those things that's why I don't need to get. There's no need for me to actually have the Hot Toys version because I think
Mm,
for me, for what I want, they give me exactly what I want and I'm happy with them. You know what I mean? So I don't really care about persons, but they're really surprising once you actually have it in hand. You can tell like
yeah.
they really went that extra mile to make sure that you got quality in that figure. So again, even like the katana that from Suicide Squad, but the version that I actually got from Soso, bro, that figure is incredible. Like it is a
Yeah.
really decent piece once you have it in hand. I was so happy I got it. So again, I mean, there are some surprises out there. Some of the most did you leave and in like I said, bro, with Taskmaster, as cheap as you can get that now,
Yep.
man, come on, bro. You
Yeah.
can get it. You can
That's what
get it
I
just
need
real
to,
cheap.
honestly.
So.
And Pedro had asked, will you still got the Battle Image Mark 85? Yeah, I wouldn't really sell that anytime soon. That thing is fantastic.
Yeah.
Brandon, thanks so much, dude. Brandon just became a YouTube member. Brandon, love your
Yo,
photo,
yo,
by the way, man. Always love that
yo.
lighting in that photo. That's seriously awesome. But thank you so much, man, for the support. That really does mean a lot. And P Rock's in the house. What's up, fellas and collectors in the chat? What's up, P Rock? How you doing, man?
What's up, bro?
With that smooth ass voice in the chat.
Yeah, P Rock.
I know, right? So, Layout, since you're the posing master, dude, mixing museum and dynamic poses, do you do that a lot? Or when you have like a certain area in your display, do you keep it to like all museum? Do you keep it to mostly dynamic? How do you like approach like mixing them? Or do you do that at all?
I mix. Well, sometimes I do because sometimes I'll have a dynamic pose with a figure, and sometimes it just shows the range because
Mm.
especially if I'm kind of creating a storyline. Some figures, again, like we talk about, Count Dooku. You
Yeah.
don't have to have him in a dynamic pose. You know what I mean? I had him in a slightly dynamic pose when I had him versing, Yoda, but it wasn't too much. It was just like more, you know what I mean? He's eloquent. His moves were eloquent. with this again, Moff Gideon, I just have him, basically kneeling. You know what I mean? It wasn't something I wanted to have him too dynamic, but I did actually have him fighting, Mando. You know what I mean? I did have him fighting Mando just once, but again, you don't necessarily have to, like, I can mix and match and have, like, just really regular, um, you know, character poses with dynamic, or sometimes I have a full display with just character poses because again, it just looks well. And if I'm trying to basically do it for space value, you know what I mean? It just makes perfectly good sense for me. So, I mean, it just like, I like that. These figures, bro, like, I mean, you have to have them slightly dynamic. Like, I couldn't push away from that. Because again, like I said, they are troopers. So you have to see movement. Everything has to move and flow a certain way when it comes to them. So even if I don't, and the thing is, it's like, I don't have them in outlandish poses. They might just have the gun pointing. They might be walking towards you, stuff like that. That's it. You don't have to do, but when it comes to Spider-Man, oh man, you can't just have him in a museum pose because it's not going to make sense for me. Right. I have to have him moving. I have to have him pose a certain well. And I know a lot of people talk about, well, with these figures, man, don't you worry about it. I haven't, not one of my Spider-Man figures yet have I had a problem with. And I have them in the craziest poses. The suit hasn't ripped. There was only one issue that I actually had, and that was with the homemade suit. And that's the neck tear here. And it wasn't something I did. It was just the material in that piece. It just messed up. But luckily I was able to get another piece, get another head sculpt, and it looks good as new. You know what I mean? So but I think, you have to, like, again, we talk about this all the time. You have to be selective because there's certain figures, how that you want to pose a certain pose from certain figures. You're like, nah, I'll just, I'm not going to do too much. You know what I mean? These, again, with Anakin and Darth Maul, I knew what I wanted to actually accomplish with these figures. You know what I mean? And I know what they're able to do, but I don't want to make it really, really too outlandish. Small, I can get away with a lot. Anakin, I don't want to mess up too much. You know what I mean? But I think it just mainly depends. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish at the end of the day.
Yeah, it does, man. It's one of those things, Leo, that I tend to be more of a museum/character pose type guy. That's normally what I go for, but I am a fan of flying poses. I will do those quite a bit. So, like, I have Doctor Strange in one, Iron Man, Mysterio, figures that I know I could put into flying pose and it's not going to destroy them. Like Vision, for example, I wouldn't really feel comfortable putting him in long term because the fabric. When you put that clamp on him, it's not going to be good for the fabric long term. But Iron Man, Doctor Strange, like characters like that, you can really put him in those dynamic poses and it'll be cool. I got Darth Maul in a dynamic pose. He's in like a fighting pose down there. He's that type of character, like you said, Leo. It depends on the character. But for me, and I got Iron Man, I guess if you count that, he's in the snapping pose with battle damage 85. That's like the only pose you could put that figure in. But
like, bro, I have this, like, for instance, I have the Last Jedi Leia. I'm not gonna put that in a dynamic pose.
No, she just got to stand there, dude.
I can make her fly if I want to.
She could do that flying pose.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do too much, but again, like this, I wanted to show movement. You know what I mean? And with this one, there was actually movement between both Darth Maul and Anakin. And this is more so of a what if scenario because they've never faced each other. You know what I mean? Like, we've never had a scenario where Darth Maul and Anakin actually face each other. So to see this, it just made more sense. You know what I mean? I wanted to show a bit of movement. And this, we got Miles. Yeah. You at the end, you can do so much with this figure, bro. Like, literally, you can for days. There's poses. Like, literally, bro, I've taken over 100 pictures of him.
Wow.
In articulated poses, but I had to kind of single it down for a video because there was so many pictures that I needed to take. And I was like, yo, you can actually take, it's so much you can do with him. So, but I'm like, let me just kind of like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Let me just kind of just simmer down and not do way too much, but it's a phenomenal piece. Anybody has this figure, man, I know they're excited. And we gave our support. We supported some of these mom and pop shops that were creating those custom those sneakers, bro.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Hell yeah, because they sold out everywhere, bro.
Yeah. And this might be a figure layout that I go back to. I canceled it originally because it just took too long. And I had Gwen at one point, and I did like her. She was good. But I was just kind of consolidating, curating a little bit, and I was like, I could sell Gwen, right?
They're definitely good companion pieces to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing, like, to have them together. And again, like I showed you that cardboard piece, something I would have never used before, bro. I use it now with those figures because it's a good backdrop and it makes sense. Especially
Yeah.
considering the simple fact that we have Across the Spider-Verse coming next year. So
Right. Yeah, it's true. Superhero Displays dropped an amazing super chat. Thanks so much, Mr. Superhero Displays. SOS, I said I'd never get into the statue game. Today in Iron Studios, Soups 1/10 arrive, and now I have my eye on the Soups call to action as the experts and statues. As the experts with statues, be real with me. Am I in trouble now? Not yet. Not yet. Not with 1/10. I have some Iron Studios 1/10, but I didn't really go. I just got the black order. That's all I got.
yeah.
So I don't think so. When you start ordering premium formats and prime ones and especially J&Ds, right, then you're in trouble. That's when you start getting to dangerous territory. What do you think, Leo?
I mean, I don't, to be quite honest, bro, in my opinion, I don't think 1/6 is more addictive to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Statue game might be addictive, but the thing is, I think when people start seeing the prices, they know how to kind of simmer down and just say, you know what, I'll hold up. But those 1/6 collectibles, man, it's like, the price is in a certain range, you'll actually get it. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Iron Studio, on top of that, bro, Iron Studios, their actual statues and their formats are pretty good, and it's reasonable pricing. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. The danger in Iron Studios is because it's at a decent scale and you can get a lot of them and create some decent looking pieces. So yeah, you might be in trouble, to be quite honest, because we're talking about Iron Studios, bro. Like, I mean, like they're a much smaller. What it's like 1/10, 1/12?
Yeah, 1/10. They make quarter scale too for something. Like I have Thanos quarter scale right over there. It's really good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're getting, depending on the actual or weight, spacing that is going to play a really good role too. But depending on the scale, at a 1/10 or a 1/12, you might be in trouble.
Yeah. And one of the reasons I kept that Thanos layout is because he's going to go great next to quarter scale Loki from Queen Studios. So, that's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Leo,
yeah. What's up?
Sentimental value. I wanted to ask you this one too. I know we probably talked about this at least in passing before, but what figure has the most sentimental value for you? So people in the chat as well, guys, if you want to drop your figure that has sentimental value for you, let me and Leo know in the chat kind of what figure means a lot to you for one reason or another, right?
Well, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, dude, I'll share mine too when you go ahead. You go ahead.
There's a couple of them because, like, number one, of course, everybody knows I love Jen. Jen is my favorite figure, but the ones that the most sentimental value to me would be the throne, the Black Panther throne. I love that piece, and it's something. And the reason why it's most sentimental because it was the first hot toy or the first accessory that Toya bought for me. You know what I mean? So she got that throne for me, out of nowhere, and I was so excited, bro. I was like, I couldn't believe she did it. So that's the most, because it's when it's somebody that you love that does something like that for you. They're invested in making sure that you're happy, and they're invested in what you do. Like that means a lot, bro. I mean, and for her to do that for me, knowing that like she didn't have to do it, for her to do that meant so much. It meant more to me than anything, and I don't think she understands how much it means to me. Then she follows that up, bro, and she gets me the Boy Wonder statue. You know what I mean? Yeah, she got me the Robin statue from Sideshow. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, it was a premium format. She knew that I actually had Batman. She knew that I actually had, Batgirl.
Is it this one?
Yes. This one right here, bro. She knew that I loved it. And she knew that I wanted it, and she got this for me, bro. So
nice.
And she didn't have to do that. Oh, but it's more. She follows it up and then gets me the armored Thanos. You know what I mean? She got me the armored version, not the battle damage version, but the armored version from Endgame. She got that for me because she knew I wanted it. So that's my thing, bro. Like those pieces they have more value and something that I would never get rid of because it came from her. And I know she was invested in making sure that I was happy. You know what I mean? So that's where the sentimental value comes from. You know what I mean? Even not even just that. For like my birthday, my sister was the one who basically got me Gwen. She got me Gwen, and she got me one of the Shore Troopers. That's my sister, knowing that I love these pieces, and I would never get rid of them because, it was sentimental value coming from somebody that you love to death, and then they love you, and they know that they support you. So whenever I get gifts from people like that, man, I never get. Even like, bro, like this Leia. You know what I mean? When I got that Leia, I was gifted. You know what I mean? It was gifted to me. So I'm like, yo, I cherish those things when I'm gifted a gift by somebody who didn't have to do it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like it means so much for me. I mean, Jen, I bought myself. The reason why she's sentimental value because I love the film. I love Rogue One, and I love her as a character. You know, Felicity Jones is an amazing actress. So I was like, yeah, I'm supporting that fully. But when it comes from somebody else with love, that's when it means so much to you, man.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Leo. And I tend to agree with that for sure, man. And I'm seeing in the comments, like a lot of people dropping the same type of, relatable comments about, family members buying them something or significant other or whatever, right? There's a lot that's when they kind of tend to mean the most, right? Because it's a gift that you're like, oh, someone else is, like you said, investing in my happiness. That's a really good way to put it because I think that's exactly what they're doing. So, it's definitely one of those things I think that is, pretty heartfelt and pretty heartwarming because it's like, like someone else is like, because remember we've talked about this before, like some people who are not in collecting might look at this and be like, this is kind of a weird thing, right? It's a weird hobby or whatever, but that's changing. The perception is changing. Like being a nerd is cool now. I think
it is. It's super cool.
I think it's cool. So I think people are looking at it through a different frame of reference. I think they are looking at it differently than they used to.
They're definitely looking at it through a different scope, and they understand it because these pieces are like because I was before, bro. I was afraid of like sharing my pieces on my main page. Yeah, but I said, fuck that. Like I'm into it. You know what I mean? So because I'm into it, I'm sharing it with everybody. I'm sharing my love for something with everybody, and it's been received well. People are like, yo, that's dope as shit. You know what I mean? So again, it's just like opening up and welcoming people into my world and understanding that this is where I'm at. You know what I mean? And then to have people share that with you, bro, it's like amazing.
Yeah. And Leo, the one I'm going to share, dude, because this is my very first figure.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yeah, same thing. See,
it was my first one because I was I was doing cosplays and I have a Kylo Ren cosplay, obviously, and I was doing cosplay at the time and I knew Hot Toys existed. But I was like, do I want to spend that type of money on a figure? I've never really bought the type of thing. And like I said, someone listed one on Facebook for like $120. Don't know how I saw it, but I did. And I was like, $120. Let's take a plunge. Let's get it, right? Got it. Really loved it. Started getting some other ones. Yeah. So for me, this has a lot of sentimental value because it's my first figure. So I wouldn't sell it. Like it's, unless they made a 2.0. In that case, maybe I might. But it has a lot of sentimental value for me.
Right here, bro.
I would never. It's something about and honestly, bro, it's out of all three, it's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite too. Yeah,
like they should have kept him that way for all three movies.
Yeah, this look was the best, hands down. Yeah,
definitely hands down, the better look. It was the best look out of all three.
So, I think it was like a comfort situation where Adam Driver probably couldn't fight as well as he wanted or move as well as he wanted in this outfit, because I can tell you from wearing it, it's not very breathable. It's a lot. It's very hot, very uncomfortable. So in the other films he had a lot, he could fight he can move a little bit better, right? So that's probably what was part of it. So
how long did it take you to get that on though?
Nowadays I'm pretty quick with it, but at the first times it probably took. Vader takes even longer. Like Vader might take me like 40 minutes. Like this one, this Kylo probably now I could do in like half that, like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but it takes a while. It takes some time, so it's not bad. But this figure has a lot of sentimental value for me, and I did get I don't know if it has sentimental value now. It was my like 3 ex-girlfriends ago. She got me the Joel from Last of Us from CC Toys. She got me that as a gift. I still have it. So, it's sentimental value in that sense. But she also got me like a Revan statue, which I sold. So, so no sentimental value on that one. But I mean, I have some other things like that people have gotten me. So, man. So, all right,
I mean,
Leo,
I think, like, bro, like I said, there's value in it and it's value for you. So there's certain things that you would never sell because you remember the moment. You know what I mean? Like I remember the moment of getting that box at the front door, knowing it came from her, and I was like, "Yo, that's incredible." So why not?
Yeah, exactly, bro. And we got a super chat just came in. Superior displays because I'm so selective. Is it okay to cheat and say all 30 plus? I don't know what you mean.
All 30 plus figures.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Why not? I mean, if they have value, like I think every figure has some. There's value in every figure that we have. Some that we might have actually got just because we're like, we want to complete things, but Some of them may take you back to a moment. Like I said, that Kylo Ren takes me back to a moment because I was in love. I loved The Force Awakens when it was released. And I was like, I wanted it out, and I love that suit. So to have something from it, I was like, okay, this makes sense. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
again, it's okay. 30 plus is cool.
Yeah, you can do that. Go for it, man. No one's gonna stop you in this chat.
Hell no.
Leo, we got one more topic for the evening.
Yeah, what's
buying
up?
multiples of figures, dude. I want to ask this, and I've asked this probably before, but I like to revisit it every so often because I feel like every time I've done this, I think it's a good idea at the time, and it never turns out to be one. So like it's like I always buy multiple figures, then I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. And then I sell one of them, or it's maybe sell both of them at one point.
Yeah.
But I bought 2 of Durasteel Mando because I love that. That's my favorite Mando look. Love it.
Yeah.
I still have the one. I sold the other one though. I had 2 of Empire Strikes Back 40th Vader because I just think that figure is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
And the base. And I had 2 of Pennywise, obviously. And
you sold both of them.
Yeah, I did. So, like I said, it never works out for me. So, I almost bought 2 in-art Pennywises, but then I didn't do it. But I talked to Carlos. He was like, yeah, don't do that. And I was like, yeah, that's true. I should never buy 2. But what do you think, Leal? Do you buy multiples of figures ever?
I buy multiples with reason. Like for instance, the clones, I have to have 2 of each. Because the thing is, they're clones. It doesn't feel right to have just one. That's why I got 2 of those fucking chrome, they're on their way. They'll be here next week. But 2 of the chrome, clone troopers. But I buy multiple clones because, like I said, I mean, it's a decent display to have them in 2 different, poses. I got 2 of the, Death Watch Mandalorians because I love those. The way they look, bro, they just look incredible. And I wanted to have, and I'm so happy I did because they're incredible pieces to have in your display. When it comes to clones, I always get multiple, so I can justify that. When it comes to multiples of the same figure, I only did that once, and that was with Miles. And I got 2 Miles figures because I love, and I wanted to have them in 2 totally different displays. One with the scarf around his neck and the beanie, the one with just the regular version. I'm talking about not the Into the Spider-Verse version. I'm talking about the video game, the VGM version.
Video game version. Yeah.
So I got 2 of those, and technically I got 2 of the. Actually, no, I only got 1 Golden Arm Wonder Woman. It's just that Toys Wonderland fucked up.
They sent you to.
And sent me another one, so I kept that one. So it is what it is. But other than that, no, I don't. I mean, it's okay because people might, and basically back earlier, people don't know this, but back in the day, I would buy 2 because I did sell certain figures off. I would buy 2 and sell another one for people who would actually want it. That was earlier on, and then I stopped that because I had more of a sentimental value for the figures, and I just said, you know what, I'll just get one for me. But I think I don't think it's a problem with it, especially if you want to create 2 totally different ideas. You know what I mean? You might have ideas for it, but lately, especially the way the economy is right now and the way figures are dropping, I'm just getting 1 of each, unless it's a clone. If it's a clone trooper or a stormtrooper 501st, I'll actually do that because I can justify doing that. But multiples, it's tough. It's tough. I guess it depends on where you're going in the scheme that you're going. You know what I mean? Like some collectors who we know will get like 10 of each or 5 of each that don't like any of us. But anyway, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
It works. What works for some may not work for others, and it is.
Yeah, man. It tends to be how I approach it too. But I generally don't, because I'm not a big trooper guy, Leo. Like I have a few, right? I have a few, and I have the Praetorian Guards, but they're different, right? You can get the heavy blade and then the double blade one. You can put them together, and they look different. They're still red, but they look different, right? And same with these clone troopers. You can change their weapons out, put a different helmet on them, whatever, right? And make them look different, or make them uniform and make them all look the same. And you might have 10 of them and it looks really cool, right?
Yeah. True.
I tend to buy, like I said, I've bought 2 of like a main character, right? Like a Vader or a Mando Durasteel. And then I'm like, okay, I can't really put it in the same display though, because it's already with the same figure, right? So got to change it at some point around. But yeah, man, I tend to not do that. I'm also trying, I think with space too, a lot of us have space concerns. So it's like, all of us really, but like redundancy, you want to eliminate because it's like, okay, I only have so many funds and so much space. What can I eliminate that's redundant, right? So when you have 2, there's a redundancy. So for most cases. So, I tend not to do it anymore, although sometimes I feel the urge to. When it's a really, really good figure and you're really excited about it, you're like, maybe I should get a second one and display it a different way. But I've always felt like I regretted that because like I was happy at the time, but then when I end up getting it and I'm trying to figure out how to display both of them and they're so similar, it's like, this is tough. So
see, I bought one, like the only trooper that I didn't get two of, I bought one assault tank commander because I didn't need two with that. You only saw him, I only saw one of those figures in the film inside a tank in Rogue One. So I didn't need to actually have multiples of that. The tank, transport troopers I bought two because I know what I want to do. Have one with the helmet on, and once we get that chromed in jar, and I want to put that head sculpt on one of them. So I know what I wanted to do with that. I know Lane Kramer asked if for the pilot, that clone pilot trooper, was I going to get two? I probably won't. I'll probably just get one. I mean, because it would make sense to just have one. It might make sense for people to have two, but I mean, it only makes sense to have two if you had a vehicle that they were in. But yeah, I don't know. It'll probably just be one for me when it comes to that pilot.
Yeah. Mario Dub's a good point. He said, depends. Clone troopers with multiple display options need one of each display option. Characters from multiple films, I could get one from each movie. Yeah, because Sean said for Sith, there's a rule of two that one must obey. Yeah.
True.
But it just depends. Yeah. And I'm even starting to do that with characters like Mario mentioned from different films. Like at one point I was going to have like every Loki, right? And I was like, I don't really have the space to do that. So I'm going to get like my top two Lokis, right? And then go with that. Because I used to have and I still have two Kylo Rens. I have two of the three, right? Rey, I have two of like four, whatever it was, 3 or 4. But stuff like that, that I'm starting to think about, But I'm excited. Like I said, I got Maji cases coming in next year, but really excited about it, man. I'll get some cool displays. Now, I don't want to build them sons of bitches though. Like
with the Maji case, bro, I'm telling you, the thing is, it's not as with these details, bro. I can build those in 10 minutes.
I got pretty quick at building those too.
Yeah, it's really
hard
quick.
The first time you build it, you're like, okay, and then it gets easier.
Hell yeah, it gets easier. The module cases, it may take time because the thing is, again, the thing is, it's nothing to get my module cases, but they just don't do it for me. They don't give me what I want because I found that number one, what I wanted to accomplish with the tumbler inside of one of them, it didn't work. Because the thing is, it might be wide, the height might be, but the depth is what I'm looking at. You need the
what
depth.
case did you have?
I had I got the deluxe. Because when I got them, it was around the time that me and Brendan had got it at the same time, and I got the deluxe casing, and it had because I'm not really good with the names and shit like that. It was was it the 120? No,
okay, because I got the 165s. I got
165s. I think it might have been. I think one of them was a 65 because one actually got one was it, but it was like a deluxe, whatever. And I'm like, I got them, and it worked. Don't get me wrong, they look good, but it's just not. I find that when it's too much space, it doesn't give me the intimacy that I want.
Gotcha.
So that's why. But it's not a knock against everybody because I know people love them. It just doesn't work for me. So yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I don't want to build them, but I'm gonna do it. So it's I'll probably recruit someone to help me, but and I'll call one of you guys or call Mario or something because Mario's built them, so he knows. But Lael, thanks for joining, man. Great show. We covered a lot of great stuff. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining. Lael, what's coming up on your channel, man?
Oh, well, next up in about 20 minutes probably we'll have Figure Flex Friday, Mega Flex Friday, where we get a chance to flex you, the viewers, all your stuff. We get a chance to look at everybody's flexes for the week, whatever they want to drop. They drop by, they want to drop something, we kind of put that out there so they can take a look at it, so we don't mind doing that. Then we have Collectors Lounge on Sunday, so definitely be working towards that. Comic book talk with friends on Monday, then back for Say What next Wednesday. So there's a lot going on that we're going to kind of jump into, man. Let me see here. I got this video that I'm working on right now for Taskmaster. Just taking me so much time to do that. I'm gonna move from that probably onto the Mark V, finally opening that one up. So I'm get to that one. So there's a couple of things I got, I'm working on right now, and that's it, man. It's not, and again, we still basically have the Halloween initiative going on right now. So that's important. That's going to be running. That actually, so the Halloween initiative is technically going to be running until the 1st of October.
Okay.
Because the thing is, we know that around the 1st of October that's when they start. Especially if you're doing it through super chats, the super chats stop around the 1st of the month, I believe.
Okay, gotcha.
I think that's around the time that they do it, and then they, whatever. So that's when we can, tally everything up. Like the ones that I'm getting from now, the ones that I'll be getting for September. I'll be able to put those in a bunch as well. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Halloween initiative. All proceeds go towards, kids less fortunate, women's shelter, and also Still High Elementary, and making sure they get costumes and they're able to celebrate Halloween. So that's what I'm deep in on that one right now.
Yeah, dude, that's such a cool, charitable act endeavor, man. That's really cool. Like I said, I still got to send you the money through PayPal, so we got to talk.
And no doubt, bro. Take your time.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. But guys, thanks so much to Lael for joining. Thank you guys in the chat for contributing so many great thoughts tonight. And we even got Aux Daddy in the house from Facebook.
So he probably came in to check my levels.
Yeah, he did, man. We got so many guys. Everyone's in the chat. Riley, AJ, Sean, everybody. CT603.
Yeah.
Justin McFly, Tyria, thank you so much, guys, for the G7 team. Thank you so much for all the kind comments and words. It really does mean a lot. And guys, I'm going to be back on Lael's Wednesday, of course, as always, at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. My show, of course, this Friday, every Friday, rather, 5:30 p.m. Eastern for this show. And then Collectors Mingle Sunday at 8. Lael will be there. Brother Cousins, Ben, Carlos, and I think Rich. Rich is going to be there this week. So reviews with Rich. Yeah, so he's going to be there. Okay. I still got to get some of these other guys on here. Like I said, I've been trying to get Gina on for a while, but I got to message her. I got to get her in there. And then I want to get, a lot of these guys on, but Doc, I got to talk to Doc. Doc Smizzle. Right now. Yeah, Doc Smizzle. Yeah. Yeah. And a bunch of other guys. Trust me. Anyone who wants to come on, we can chat. So guys, thanks so much for joining. And like I said, be on the lookout for Collectors Mingle on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Should be a fun panel. And Lael and I, and hopefully I'll have a world according to WillFoxification ready for next week. That's the goal.
It, bro.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's it's a challenge, bro.
Hell yeah.
It's life, man. But guys, thanks so much for joining. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.